So when it comes to first principles, when it comes to the most entry-level basic assessment, which is of course a CV sift, it is an application form, it is a cover letter, that kind of written content, I see it persisting into 2025, but only because of laggards, only because people are refusing to give up on the concept. This year has taught us that that mode of assessment is gone. It's finished. Everything you read will be written by AI. And it takes no skill to do that, believe me. If you've got an application form question, you print screen the question and you upload it. It's 2 clicks. There's no skill there. It's not a proxy for their skill with AI and prompt engineering. It's done, okay? That being said, it's so ingrained, and hiring managers are so keen to just see CVs and have the power of selecting and screening. Having that control, no one's going to give that up. They should, but they won't. And the reason they should is because it doesn't work. That information is meaningless. It's just all AI written, okay? So instead, what I would advise, and I think in future years we will arrive at, I think the CV will be scrapped eventually. What we'll see instead is just qualifying questions. Just how much have you got the necessary experience? Can you work in the country? Do you have a driver's license? Stuff, there's yes or no. That will allow you to shortlist effectively without reading a CV, which was always a waste of time, but especially now. Next, we have interviews. Now, video interviews are under threat by AI because we have voice to text. You can very easily just get the question that they're asking in real time and get a nice, precise answer, which again does not require an expertise. It doesn't require prompt engineering. These are software packages that you can buy and use. Now, sometimes you can catch people in the act because they will be literally staring at the camera while talking and it seems unnatural. But some people you won't know. And some people they're just going to get buzzword in a list of bullet points that will aid them. There are technical solutions here that could be employed to help. Detecting when there are mouse outs, detecting when third-party software is involved, using full screen. There's a number of things that you could do. So I don't think the assessment modality is finished, but the industry does need to do some soul searching and recommend some actual solutions to this issue. I see, of course, face-to-face interviews increasing because people are unsure, unaware, and realistically quite scared about the impact that we're going to have of AI. And so bringing someone in person is a foolproof way of doing that. The problem is that things are increasingly diffuse, increasingly remote. Some people will just refuse to show up to a face-to-face interview now, especially if they're the other side of the country. People who have a lot of power in the recruitment market, who have a lot of job options, you tell them to show up to a face-to-face interview, and they go, well, not really. I've got 3 job offers already. I can't be bothered. That will happen. And so people are going to try to push for more face-to-face interviews, and you will get some pushback. Then we have the assessment market. Now, there is an arms race going on here between the providers and the candidates, trying to catch AI, dissuade it, detect it, and build assessments which are immune to it, and then the candidates are doing their best to try and get ahead of it. And we're going to see that really, really speed up in 2025 as people feel more and more confident in their use of AI. Now, different methodologies have different vulnerabilities. So the most vulnerable form of assessment is a skills assessment, one where you're looking at specific knowledge and skills, software packages, programming languages, that sort of thing. Because there is a correct answer. With programming, ChatGPT is going to know more about, it is a computer. It's going to know more than any human being will, and has access to the internet, which is the sum of human knowledge. It's going to find the answers pretty quick. So if you're using those assessments still, you better have a very robust way of stopping people from cheating, because anyone can pass those assessments now. And whatever the proportion of people using AI right now, this time next year, it's going to be substantially higher. So that mode of assessment is almost obsolete now. The industry needs a really good solution to this. Other assessments, situational judgment tests are also quite vulnerable now. Less so, because there's no objectively correct answer. But the reasoning is getting stronger and stronger, and that is a threat. Ability tests are even less so, but still, we're seeing improvements over and over the iterations. We also need protections in place here, ensuring that it is the candidate. And it's particularly important here, because the whole point is that the cognitive effort should be a person. And computers, ultimately, are a way to offload cognitive effort. It's literally bypassing the whole point of the product, okay? It's key that you do not let people do that. Gamified assessments, on the other hand, are still completely immune to this, because game mechanics just can't be conveyed in a screenshot. And you don't have time to even put the screenshot into ChatGPT. It's much, much safer. And so there are layers to this arms race, ranging from just asking someone not to do it, to building an assessment which is itself completely immune from its effects. Either way, these trends are not going away. This is the direction it's going, okay? And we don't see any scope for backsliding here. It's something you have to plan for, if not now, then next year. If not next year, the year after. It's coming. It's not something you can ignore. And the longer you wait, the more candidates are unfortunately going to win the arms race and take advantage of the situation, and that's going to reduce the quality of hire.